As we enter the beginning of this year of the Red Horse, the sparks of the search for truth are still flying. Across the digital landscape, that flame is being guarded, kept from burning out. From last September until today, one name, Yu Menglong, has been effectively silenced in China. The iron fist of power thought they could muzzle the internet and close the book on this injustice overnight. But reality tells a different story. Yu Menglong's loyal supporters haven't just refused to forget. They've launched a massive campaign broadcasting his Against the Light video on giant screens across China. This extraordinary sight isn't just about longing, it's the most tangible form of support for the sake of justice. Because in the end, his kindness is something that will always be remembered and fought for. Hey Tracers, Sean's back. How are you all holding up in the middle of this censorship storm? Today, we aren't just talking about a failed movie. We're talking about a grassroots resistance that's making the giants of capital tremble. When justice is silenced, wallets are slammed shut. This fish dies, the net breaks phenomenon isn't just a metaphor anymore. It's a lethal counterattack against the Chinese entertainment industry. Stick around, because you never know how deep this hole goes. In today's world, massive events happen every single day. Logically, under the relentless barrage of viral news, Yu Menglong's name should have been swept away by the tide of big data and buried under other trending topics. But what actually happened? In reality, right under the nose of mainland China's strict big data censorship, we're seeing photos and videos of Yu Menglong being played on a loop on giant mall screens. His song, Against the Light, Ni Guang, echoes repeatedly, resonating through the busiest parts of the city. The screens flash bold, striking words. Yu Menglong, Happy New Year. Born as a human, live toward the light. In those clips, Xiao Yu looks so vibrant and full of energy, yet the painful truth is, he's gone. Watching those screens while hearing his voice, the lyrics seem to strike a chord deep within everyone. Chasing hope, I walk against the light. Feeling the place where love resides. The actions of Chinese netizens in broadcasting these messages onto public screens have shattered the boundaries of the digital world. This isn't just typical internet support, it's a profound statement of defiance from the bottom of their hearts. It's 2026, and I'm still here, still walking with you, always by your side. One netizen put it beautifully. Supporting Yu Menglong is the most meaningful thing I've ever done. In an era where the truth is locked away like it is now, every bit of attention we give is an effort to speak for those who can no longer speak for themselves, to guard the last sliver of light. Let his brilliance and hope remain eternal in our hearts. It's important to underline that displaying these messages behind the red wall comes with massive risks. Over there, any form of support for Yu Menglong can lead to being under heavy surveillance, being invited for tea by the authorities, or becoming a primary target for the police. Yu Menglong didn't just have to live toward the light, he had to swim against a tide of darkness. In this storm of power, money, and the darkest sides of humanity, the mass silencing of Yu Menglong has deeply wounded the common people. His loyal supporters, the Yu family army, have now resolved to fight back from the absolute bottom. You could say this collective movement to refuse silence while waiting for the dawn of justice has become the heartbeat of the netizens. As we dig into the Yu Menglong case, we see just how creative people have become. They aren't just writing memorial songs, they're producing touching animations like White Needle Deity and Meetings and Partings as a total show of support. There's even a common Mandarin idiom, Yu Si Wang Po, meaning the fish dies or the net breaks, that has been given a new, pointed meaning. Netizens are saying, if our Yu, the fish, is dead, then the entire network of connections, the web of profit, and the protective net behind all this must be forcibly torn to shreds. And what we're witnessing right now is that very network of interests crumbling. The impact of this grassroots movement in defending Yu Menglong is producing real results for everyone to see. It's as if the Chinese entertainment industry is being purged and put on trial by a pair of invisible giant hands. During his life, Yu Menglong suffered deeply, and his passing left behind a void of massive injustice. In September 2025, Yu Menglong died under mysterious circumstances in the Yangguang Shandong area of Beijing. It didn't take long for authorities to rush to a conclusion that his death was simply the result of a drunken fall from a great height. However, from image fragments meticulously gathered by netizens, it's alleged that Yu Menglong was forced to wear an electronic ankle monitor before his death. The people surrounding him at that time were suspected to be far from ordinary. They were believed to be executioners, dark informants, and handlers. Even in his final moments, Yu Menglong never tasted freedom. He was under constant, suffocating surveillance and prolonged confinement. Even more chilling rumors have begun to circulate that he was allegedly a victim of some sort of specific ritual. A video widely shared across the web recording blood-curdling hysterical screams in the final seconds of his life is still enough to send shivers down anyone's spine today. Facing massive public doubt regarding the CCTV footage and incident reports, the authorities chose to act in the shadows, completely lacking transparency. They even initiated a forced mass purge, attempting to erase every trace of Yu Menglong's existence, from his films to his music. This chain of actions has deeply wounded the common people. Faced with a black hole of power swallowing the truth and an iron fist that treats human life as disposable, countless ordinary citizens are now fueled by rage. Many who once lived quietly in their comfort zones are finally waking up. This is exactly why they refuse to back down, especially after so many netizens witnessed firsthand how systematically the authorities carry out such repressive measures. Because behind the red wall, the moment you speak out for justice for Yu Menglong online, whether through a phone call or a letter, it's almost certain that the authorities will show up at your doorstep. If not, you'll receive threatening calls or be forced to come in for tea to undergo interrogation. This nationwide, synchronized effort, this desperate attempt to shut everyone's mouth for the sake of stability, has only deepened public suspicion. If there wasn't a massive black umbrella behind all this, capable of covering the sky with a single hand, why would the entire state machinery be deployed just to face off against a group of unarmed netizens? As long as the truth remains hidden, no one is going anywhere. Because everyone realizes, if this case is forced shut, then in the future, any one of us could become the next Yu Menglong, a soul forcibly disappeared.
Hey everyone, before we dive into the video, we want to announce that we're launching a brand new segment called Trace Your Story. For this segment, you can send us a real-life story you've experienced, from horror and cheating to crime or any other true story you have. Send us your story at Sean Virell, traceyourstory@gmail.com, using this format. Email subject, trace your story. Story title, your title here. Tell us your experience in as much detail as possible. Feel free to include any supporting photos or evidence if you have them. Optional contact, your WhatsApp number or another way we can reach you for more information. Don't worry, you can absolutely send your story anonymously if you prefer. We'll do our best to create a video and tell your experience. I'm really looking forward to your emails, and who knows, your story might be the very first one featured on Trace Your Story. Don't forget to submit your stories. I'll be waiting and can't wait to read them.
Right in the middle of this suffocating atmosphere, a massive boycott of the entertainment industry exploded, sweeping across the entire digital world. For those of you who have been following the Yu Menglong case closely, you've probably seen slogans like this: "You stand with you, and I stand with you. No more chasing stars, no more chasing idols, we only chase the culprit." Through this case, netizens have fully realized that the stars sparkling in the limelight might just be puppets moved by big capital or worse, prey for the high-level ruling elite. Netizens are now calling for real action. Stop watching movies and dramas, cancel premium subscriptions, quit variety shows, delete entertainment apps, and refuse to buy any products endorsed by these celebrities. People are starting to do the math. By simply keeping our wallets slammed shut, we can paralyze their wealth. If you refuse to give us the truth, we will no longer offer a friendly face to return your cold indifference. This entertainment boycott has now become a collective agreement, both online and in the real world. This is an extraordinary phenomenon, a rare occurrence. For netizens, what happened to Yu Menglong isn't just about an artist passing away. The problem goes much deeper than that. This is a case involving the torture and murder of a civilian by the ruling elite, money laundering, the misuse of social security funds, and the ruthless disregard for human life, all to keep the wheels of a dark industry turning. In the end, the victims whose safety is at stake are the innocent, ordinary people of this country. Once the public realized this, the luxury of the Chinese entertainment industry, which has been built on sand all this time, found itself on the brink of collapse. Netizens are openly throwing down the gauntlet. If you don't watch and I don't watch, the Chinese entertainment industry will crumble sooner or later. This unified emotional force has become a literal nightmare for the elite, who have long been used to harvesting the lives of ordinary people for personal gain. Perhaps some people don't believe it yet. If so, let's look at the evidence ourselves. In mainland China, every holiday season, it's a tradition for giant film companies to release holiday blockbuster editions to rake in massive profits. In previous years, this golden era was their time to harvest money until they were overwhelmed. But what about this year? Instead, we find a stark contrast. During prime time, cinemas feel cold and empty, like a silent, deserted meeting room. The number of attendees is often lower than the number of cinema employees themselves. Is this sluggish film market a silent protest triggered by the entertainment boycott? The decision not to spend a single cent on the Chinese entertainment industry has truly struck the jugular of their film business. Because people have seen the bitter reality. If a star with over 27 million followers can die unnaturally and be dismissed as an accident without any clarity, with even the case details intentionally shrouded in a thick black fog. If we keep buying tickets and filling those seats, are we really enjoying a work of art, or are we just injecting funds to perpetuate the crimes of the ruling elite? This is a razor-sharp and urgent question of reality. When the truth is intentionally shrouded by the black umbrella of power, the disappointment and apathy of netizens provide the most undeniable answer for the film industry. Let's look at some concrete examples. In the Chinese entertainment industry, Xu Zheng was once the producer with the Midas touch. From Lost in Thailand to Dying to Survive, he made history with a legendary box office record of 3.1 billion USD. But this time, the new film he produced has ended in tragedy, playing out like a heartbreaking drama in cinematic history. The golden reputation Xu Zheng once held hasn't just been tarnished, it has been ground into dust. Why did this happen? Let's break it down through the following data. The film The Stand-In T. Shen, which he produced, had only managed to rake in a cumulative revenue of $63,000, approximately 460,000 yuan, as of February 20th, after being in theaters for 15 days. What does such a tiny number even mean? Netizens are joking that this amount might not even be enough for Xu Zheng to buy half a toilet in Shanghai. It wouldn't even cover the hotel expenses for supporting actors like Hu Jun or Wang Yaoqing. Some argue that behind this failure, besides the voluntary entertainment boycott by the audience, it also links back to Xu Zheng's past friction with cinema chains and the various controversies he's been embroiled in lately. No matter how big Xu Zheng's name is, the audience simply isn't buying it anymore. Even with Xiaozhan's studio helping with block bookings as support, and despite having trending stars like Victor Ma, Ma Boqian, and Aruna to prop it up, the result was still a total zero. In the face of a public whose anger has turned into numbness, this grand production worth 96 million USD, approximately 700 million yuan, is like those yellow lanterns hanging on the street, withered and no longer glowing. When the truth is suppressed by elite capital, and when an artist's life is trampled upon at will, those seemingly grand and dignified cinematic arts become nothing more than ignored trash. When an entire industry circle acts all high and mighty, but collectively chooses to play deaf and mute regarding the Yu Menglong case, that is the exact moment their credibility collapses. Of course, the main point here isn't just about Xu Zheng personally, but about the overall attitude of the Chinese entertainment industry toward the Yu Menglong case. This cold indifference is what has caused netizens to lose all trust, leading to the destruction we see today. After discussing Xu Zheng, whose reputation has been utterly demolished, let's look at another concrete example, Wei Daxun. Speaking of Wei Daxun, the public's impression might still be stuck on the cold and restrained character of Meng Yanchen in Fireworks of My Heart, a role he played with incredible soul. After years of being labeled as just a funny variety show star, he finally proved his acting chops and became a high-profile actor to be reckoned with in the Chinese entertainment industry. He's known for his high emotional intelligence, and his humor on various TV shows built a very loyal and stable fan base. Logically, any project he stars in should have a guaranteed level of popularity and draw. However, reality has once again slapped the faces of the investors. His latest mystery drama, Guilty Body, Yu Menglong, just premiered on iQIYI. But the first-day viewership data was absolutely abysmal. Out of the first 4 episodes released, Maoyan data showed that the cumulative views didn't even reach 1 million. On average, that's less than 250,000 people per episode. For a platform that size, those numbers are tragic. This proves that even an actor with the star power of Wei Daxun has lost his pull. When the platform saw the data, they panicked and immediately scrapped all promotional plans from advertisements and fan-made content to trending topic slots. They even dumped all the remaining episodes at once, so viewers could pay to skip straight to the finale. The result? The drama lasted only 5 days from its release to its end before being hastily pulled to avoid wasting more ad space and traffic resources. This is the reality of the Chinese entertainment industry today. What does it mean? It proves that amidst the entertainment boycott and the public demand for the truth in the Yu Menglong case, their financial foundation is crumbling. It's exactly what netizens often say. The fish dies and the net breaks. Yu Po. Our star is gone, and the massive network of profit behind them is being torn down along with him. The loss of interest in watching dramas and the silence in the cinemas are sending a powerful signal. An industry that does not respect the truth and has no regard for human life will eventually be abandoned by the people. The Yu Menglong case proves one thing. Luxury built on lies is nothing more than a sandcastle waiting for the tide of truth to wash it away. Remember, one life sacrificed for the sake of false stability will only give birth to 1 million voices demanding true justice. Their industry can pull the curtain in just 5 days, but the bloodstains won't be erased that easily. I'm Sean, signing off for now. If you're still watching this, maybe you're looking for the same thing I am.